Hours 0 to 4. Your body is still processing the last meal. Most people think fasting begins the moment you stop eating, but that's not what actually happens. For the first few hours after your last meal, your body is still busy processing everything you just consumed. Scientists call this period the fed state. Inside your digestive system, nutrients are being broken down and distributed throughout your body. Carbohydrates turn into glucose, proteins break into amino acids, fats are packaged into tiny particles that travel through the bloodstream. But behind the scenes, one hormone quietly takes control of the entire process: insulin. When insulin rises, it sends a powerful signal throughout the body. Energy has arrived. Glucose moves out of the bloodstream and into your cells, where it can be used immediately or stored for later. Some of that glucose becomes glycogen, your short-term energy reserve, stored in the liver and muscles. Think of glycogen like money in a checking account, easy to access whenever energy is needed, but limited. And if more energy arrives than your body can use or store, the excess is converted into body fat. So during these first few hours, your metabolism isn't focused on burning stored energy yet. It's focused on processing, distributing, and storing the meal you just ate. But something important is already starting to change. As the hours pass and the supply of incoming nutrients slows, your body quietly prepares for the moment when no more food is coming. And that's when the real metabolic shift begins. Hours 4 to 12. The fuel transition. About 6 to 8 hours after your last meal, something subtle but important begins to change. The steady stream of nutrients is running out. Blood sugar levels begin returning to normal. Insulin, the hormone that signaled energy storage, starts to decline. And as that signal fades, your body prepares for a different strategy. Instead of relying on incoming food, it turns to the fuel it already stored. Your liver begins releasing small amounts of glucose from glycogen. This keeps your brain supplied with steady energy even though you haven't eaten. From the outside, you may not notice much yet, but internally, your metabolism is beginning a slow transition. This is also the stage where many people first start to feel hungry. Your stomach might growl, your energy may dip, you might feel the urge to reach for food. That sensation is driven by ghrelin, the hunger hormone, but ghrelin rises and falls in waves, meaning hunger often peaks, then fades again. And biologically, nothing dangerous is happening. Your body is simply switching from incoming fuel to stored fuel, a metabolic ability humans evolved over thousands of years. But as glycogen reserves begin to decline, the body prepares for something even more interesting, a deeper metabolic shift that begins once the clock passes 12 hours. Around hour 12, the fat-burning switch. At roughly 12 hours without food, an important shift begins. The glycogen stored in your liver, your short-term energy reserve, is starting to shrink. Up until now, glycogen has been maintaining stable blood sugar and powering basic functions, but glycogen is limited. So, as it runs low, your body activates a different strategy. It begins tapping into a much larger energy reserve, stored body fat. Fat molecules break down into fatty acids. These fatty acids enter your bloodstream, where your muscles and organs can use them as fuel. This marks a major metabolic transition. Your body is no longer powered by what you recently ate. It's powered by energy stored earlier, exactly from moments like this. And this is the true biological role of body fat. It's not just excess weight, it's stored fuel designed to keep you functioning when food isn't available. Once this system activates, the body becomes surprisingly efficient at using it. But this is only the beginning, because a few hours later, your metabolism makes an even more fascinating adjustment. Hours 14 to 16, the ketone phase. As fasting continues, the body keeps increasing its use of fat for energy, but the brain presents a special challenge. Unlike muscles and many other tissues, the brain cannot efficiently use fatty acids as fuel, and the brain requires a constant supply of energy to function. So the liver begins producing an alternative fuel source, ketones. Ketones are small energy molecules created from fat that can cross into the brain and power it when glucose becomes scarce. This shift from relying mostly on glucose to beginning to use fat and ketones is often called the metabolic switch. It is one of the most remarkable survival adaptations in human biology. For most of human history, food was not always available on demand. Our ancestors sometimes went hours or even days without eating.
The ability to switch energy sources allowed the human body to remain alert, focused, and active even when food was temporarily unavailable. Interestingly, some people begin to notice an unexpected effect during this stage. Instead of feeling sluggish, they may experience greater mental clarity or focus. Researchers believe this may be linked to the rise in ketones, which provide a steady and efficient fuel source for the brain. But as the fast continues, your body starts activating processes that go far beyond just burning fat. Hours 16 to 18. Cellular cleanup begins. By the time your fast reaches around 16 to 18 hours, something remarkable may begin happening inside your cells. A biological process scientists have studied for decades quietly starts to activate. It's called autophagy. The word autophagy literally means self-eating, but a better way to think about it is cellular recycling. Inside every cell of your body are tiny structures constantly working to keep you alive, producing energy, repairing damage, and maintaining essential functions. But like any complex system, parts of these structures gradually wear out. Some become damaged, some stop functioning efficiently. Autophagy allows the cell to identify these worn-out components and break them down. The materials are then recycled and reused to build new cellular parts. In a sense, it acts like an internal maintenance system. Old pieces are removed, new components are rebuilt. Scientists have been fascinated by autophagy for decades because it appears to play an important role in maintaining long-term cellular health. Interestingly, this repair system is often suppressed when the body is constantly digesting food. But when the body spends enough time without incoming nutrients, the system may finally have the opportunity to switch on. And that's where fasting becomes especially interesting. Because after this point, the body continues shifting deeper into its survival mode, a state designed to protect your most valuable tissues. Hours 20 to 22. Muscle protection mode. One of the biggest fears people have about fasting is muscle loss. But the human body has evolved several clever mechanisms designed to protect muscle tissue during periods without food. One of those mechanisms involves a hormone called human growth hormone. During extended fasting, levels of this hormone can rise significantly. Growth hormone helps preserve lean muscle mass while encouraging the body to rely more heavily on stored fat for energy. From a survival standpoint, this makes perfect sense. If the body immediately began burning muscle whenever food was scarce, humans would quickly lose strength and mobility. Instead, the body prioritizes burning stored fat, the energy reserve specifically designed to fuel the body during times when food is unavailable. So during this stage, fat becomes the primary fuel source while muscle tissue is largely preserved. Hours 23 to 24. Maximum nutrient sensitivity. As you approach the 24-hour mark, your body enters another interesting phase. After nearly a full day without food, your cells become highly responsive to nutrients again. In particular, they become more sensitive to insulin, the hormone responsible for moving nutrients into your cells. This means that when food finally arrives, your body can absorb and use those nutrients efficiently. Your digestive system has also had time to rest. Inflammation in the digestive tract may decrease, and certain gut bacteria that thrive on constant sugar intake may decline. By this point, your metabolism has moved through several distinct stages, from digestion to glycogen use to fat burning to ketone production, and even into cellular repair. But what happens next may be just as important as the fast itself, because the way you break a fast matters.
After a long fasting period, many people feel tempted to eat anything they want. But the first meal after a fast ideally helps your body transition smoothly back into the fed state. Protein is often a good place to start. It provides amino acids needed for tissue repair and rebuilding. Healthy fats can supply steady energy without causing large spikes in blood sugar. And nutrient-dense vegetables provide vitamins, minerals, and fiber that support digestion. A balanced meal helps the body move gently out of the fasting state. Flooding the body with large amounts of sugar or highly processed foods can create a sharp spike in insulin and often leads to fatigue. Instead, a nutrient-rich meal allows the benefits of fasting to carry forward. For people new to fasting, the first attempts can feel uncomfortable. Headaches, fatigue, or irritability may appear during the early stages. Often, this is simply the body adjusting to a different metabolic rhythm. As insulin levels fall, electrolytes such as sodium can also drop. Adding a small amount of salt to water may sometimes help reduce these symptoms.
Many experts recommend easing into fasting gradually, delaying breakfast, extending the overnight fasting window, and allowing the body time to adapt. Over time, the body becomes metabolically flexible, meaning it can switch smoothly between burning carbohydrates and burning fat. And this flexibility reflects something deeply rooted in human biology. For most of human history, people did not eat every few hours. Sometimes there was abundance, sometimes there was none. The human body evolved to function through both conditions, periods of eating and periods of fasting. Going without food for a short time is not automatically a crisis. In fact, it activates biological systems designed to help the body adapt, repair, and survive. The modern world has simply made constant eating the norm, but the ancient rhythm of feast and fast is still written into our biology. Before you go, tap the video on your screen now to see what happens when fasting goes even deeper, because once you pass 48 hours, and especially 72 hours, the changes inside your metabolism become even more fascinating. Now, I'm curious about something. What's the longest you've ever gone without eating? Was it 12 hours, 16 hours, or a full 24-hour fast? And if you've tried fasting before, did you notice any changes in your energy or focus? Let me know your experience in the comments below.